If your pooch has packed on some pounds lately, know that he or she isn't the only overweight dog out there. Here to talk obesity and your pet is Dr. Nichols, back from Islandside Animal Hospital on this week's Canine College. So great to have you on.
Thank you.
I love this topic because I feel like we all at some point, if we're an animal lover, have an overweight dog in our life. And as I said, there are so many millions of overweight dogs out there, but it's not always just cute to be overweight. There are some health risks that come with it, right?
They really are. And yeah, we all look at those pictures on the internet and they look so cute, and so
a little pudge to them.
Yeah, you know, and a little bit maybe isn't so bad, but there's so many things that are influenced by carrying that extra weight.
Right. So does a dog's diet always have to do with the weight, or are there other factors that play into that?
There are definitely other factors. I mean, diet is the #1 thing that we can control, but there are definitely breed predispositions. Certain breeds we know really like to gain weight.
Yeah.
And of course, age plays a role. Spaying and neutering, which is incredibly important and something I always recommend. You just have to be aware that it does change metabolism. They'll be more likely to gain weight.
I didn't realize that. Okay, interesting.
So little things we have to keep in mind.
Okay, so maybe you can assess my dogs here. I've got 2 border collies. They are about 15 now, and they're packing on the pounds a little bit. So what do I need to do in order to get that weight down and control their weight?
#1, measure the food that you're feeding. So often we kind of eyeball it. We say, okay, it's about a cup. Actually measure it. And then if you're actually trying to get things down, trying to get their weight down a little, do it gradually over about a month's period.
But, so they don't feel it's just like being cut off by that food they're used to.
You don't want to give them the puppy dog eyes where they're looking at you like, why? But, you know, then just gradually a little less than a cup. And, you know, by the time you're at the end of the month, you're maybe at a half a cup. Depending, you know, this is really variable, but you have to know where you're at to know where you want to go.
Okay. Should all dogs be eating about the same amount? Is it always a half a cup, or is it different depending on the size and breed? And
very different depending on age, depending on the breed, and depending on how active they are.
Okay.
Of course, as we get older, metabolism slows down, so we have to keep that in mind. And then, like I said, some breeds just have that tendency.
Yeah, it's like we have things in our genes and our family history that we don't want. So
exactly.
It kind of works the same way. You also mentioned keeping the treats small.
Yes, so #1, count how many treats you're giving in a day, and then either cut back on the number, or if you don't want to do that, just break them into little pieces and just give smaller bits.
Okay.
And you could even do something like, you know, baby carrots or green beans. It depends on the dog. Some dogs will never go for that. But for the dogs who do, you know, it's safe.
Okay. And you say increase exercise as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, as much as your dog wants a treat, he'd be really happy to go for a walk or to fetch a ball, or, you know, every dog's different in that respect, but there's no question that there's little things that we can do that can get them more active, burning a few more calories.
And again, Dr. Nichols, just like us, diet and exercise goes hand in hand, and the same is true for our furry family.
It's so true. Yep.
You have to think about, too, I was using my dogs as an example, but being that they're about 15 now, they have some arthritis, and you have to kind of think about what that weight is going to do to their joints, and keep that in mind as well, is to stay strong with it because of, you know,
you really need to think about it, because when I imagine a dog or a person with joint issues, respiratory problems, anything like that, imagine carrying a 50-pound backpack on top of that.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
You know how hard it would be. And that's what we're doing to our pets when we're putting on the extra weight, and we have to make the best decision we can for them.
If somebody wants to learn more about you, or wants to take their dog in to maybe get an obesity check, Islandside Animal Hospital is where you practice. Tell us where you're located.
We're on the corner of Pine Island Road and Burnt Store Road, so right before you hit Pine Island.
All right, and you can also check out her website, islandsidevets.com, for more. Thank you so much. Great to have you back for another edition of Canine College. If you want to learn more, always head online. We'll have this interview posted and more about what Dr. Nichols spoke about at fox4morningblend.com.